Hello friends, I'm Narendra Verma once again before you. As you know very well that in accountancy for class 12 CBSE syllabus we have been dealing with chapter number 7, that is dissolution of a partnership firm. And in today's session what we are going to cover, treatment of loan from a partner and loan to a partner. So many students get confused between these two terms, right? There is a difference between them. Very first we need to understand that. Okay, what this loan from a partner is a liability on a firm, right? And this loan to a partner is an asset for a firm. Means firm has given some amount of loan to a particular partner. So anytime firm is supposed to receive it because it is an asset, and this one means firm has received some amount of loan from any partner and firm is supposed to pay it back to that particular partner. Understood? So very first, don't get confused between these. Okay, one is loan from a partner and another loan to a partner. So often it is mentioned like partner's loan. Okay, so here we are talking about partner's loan, not their relatives' loan, whether that relative is wife, son, or any other relative, or friend even. Understood? Okay, now let's move on. Try to understand the different cases of treatment of loan from a partner very first, and then we'll talk about loan to a partner. Alright then, let's start. So friends, very first we are going to understand treatment of loan from a partner, means liability for firm. I have written specifically so that you may not get confused. Alright, so there can be two possibilities in this case. One, if the question is silent on its treatment, means loan is given but the question has not mentioned anything about it. Alright, another, when question specifies something related to its payment. Okay, so very first let's talk about this. In this case there will be three cases. Okay, if the question is silent about its treatment, then how the three cases will take place? These are situational. How? I tell you. The very first case is that what we do, very first we prepare realization account. Okay, as you know very well that generally we are not supposed to transfer partner's loan to realization account. Why? Because it is a second party liability and we transfer all the third party liability. You already know that rule. Okay, so first you prepare realization account in any question, whether the loan is present. Okay, then you prepare partner's capital account. Okay, without including partner's loan. Roughly you will calculate. Okay, you will calculate if any partner has given loan to firm, then what is the balance of his capital, whether it is credit or debit. Fine. If it is debit, then up to what amount? We need to see three things. Okay, one, whether his capital balance is debit or credit, one thing, and if it is debit, then up to what extent. Okay, so according to that situation, three cases will arise. Okay, and we'll do the treatment. Fine. Let's discuss the first situation. First situation, we prepared realization account. Okay, I just take one example. A, B, C, there are three partners. Okay, and there is A's loan on firm of rupees 20,000. Say for example. Okay, then what happened? We prepare very first realization account, we prepare partner's capital account, and after preparing the partner's capital account, we have not finalized it. Roughly we have calculated the balance of A's capital. Fine. If the balance is coming credit, okay, whatever amount, even 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 10,000, 50,000, 1 lakh, doesn't make any difference, but it is the credit balance, then what's gonna happen? This is the case 1. So in this case, you are supposed to make the payment of concerned partner's loan before the payment of his capital, because credit balance of capital means the firm has to pay the amount of capital as well. Okay, when the firm has to pay two liabilities, one partner's loan, another partner's capital, then the firm will first pay to partner's loan, then capital. Understood? So one more time I explain you, when the question is silent on the treatment, you prepared realization account, you prepared partner's capital account, and the partner who has given loan to firm, you will check his capital balance. If it is in credit, then what you are supposed to do? You are supposed to make the payment of that partner's loan. And for that, what entry is going to be passed? Have a look. Concerned partner's loan account debit to cash or bank account. Okay, means in this situation, what entry will be done? Is loan account debit to bank account, 20,000. Will pay. Okay, and then we will calculate, and then we will complete our partner's capital account. Okay, we can separately prepare partner's loan account as well, and then we can at last prepare the bank account. Understood the point? So this is about the first situation. Okay, now let's talk about the second situation. In that, what happens? Credit balance does not exist. Okay, we prepared realization account, question is silent about it. Okay, we prepared partner's capital account, and we saw that A has given loan to firm. Then roughly we calculated the balance of A's capital, and then we got to know his capital balance is debit. Now in that case, there are two possibilities. One, the debit balance of capital is less than the amount of loan. Okay, say for example, debit balance is 10,000, and what is the amount of loan? 20,000. So this is less than the loan amount. Okay, another, debit balance of capital is equal to or more than amount of loan. Means, say for example, debit balance is either 20,000 or 21,000. In these two cases, two of the possibilities are included in this. Okay, so this is the case number 2 that we are going to discuss. Okay, and this is the case number 3. That's all. Fine. Now, what treatment is going to be done? I just tell you. In this case, means case number 2, when debit balance of capital of particular partner who has given loan to firm is less than the amount of his loan, then what's going to happen? We transfer his amount of loan to his capital account, but up to the extent of his debit balance of capital. Okay, and rest of the amount of loan is paid by the firm. Okay, and what entry is going to be passed? In that case, I just show you. Right, have a look here. Concerned partner's loan account debit means with full value to concerned partner's capital account means up to the debit balance of capital, and to cash or bank account means rest of the payment. Okay, in that case, if we need to pass the entry, then how the entry will be passed? Understood the point? Debit balance is 10,000 and amount of loan is 20,000. Then what we are doing is loan account debit 20,000 to A's capital 10,000 and to bank account 10,000. Understood the point? Okay. So this is the case when debit balance of capital is less than the amount of loan. Okay. Then up to the extent of debit balance of capital, amount of loan is transferred to capital account. Okay, to meet the deficiency. Okay, and rest of the amount is paid. Understood? Now let's talk about the last case in this regard, when debit balance of capital is equal to or more than the amount of loan. Whether it is 20,000 equal to loan or more than that means 21,000, 25,000, whatever. So in that case, entire amount of partner's loan is transferred to partner's capital account. Okay, that's what the case, right? So what journal entry will be done in that case? I just show you. Fine. Concerned partner's loan account debit to concerned partner's capital account. So in that case, in these two of the cases, what entry will be passed here is loan account debit, 20,000, 21,000, whatever is the case, is capital account. Understood the point? Okay. So this was all about the three cases when the question is silent on its treatment. Question is silent, but either of these three situations will arise when we make the partner's capital account. So before closing the capital account, we need to roughly see in case any partner has given loan to firm. Okay, then either of this treatment will be applied. Understood? Okay, now let's talk about the case when question specifies something related to its payment. Okay, it is also important one. It may also come. Now, in that case, question will mention that the particular partner's loan will be paid. Okay, then it will be mentioned at what value, right? If it mentions that it will be paid, or it mentions specifically that it will be paid at book value, then what's gonna happen? We will simply make the payment to partner's loan. And for the same, what entry we are going to do? The same that we did here. Fine. Okay. You can take the case. A's loan is given, and question also mentions this that A's loan was paid. Okay. Then in that case, we will be passing this entry. Understood the point? Okay. Now let's understand the second case. When the question specifies the amount also, means the question says A's loan was paid at the loss of 1,000 or with the interest of 1,000. Okay, means less or more. If it is equal, then we have passed the entry. Okay, because by default we consider it at book value. But if it is more or less, then what's gonna happen? Because there will be a problem in case of loss or in case of interest. Okay, so how these are going to be tackled? In that case, we will be passing two entries. One for transferring the partner's loan at book value to the realization account, like all other third party liability. Okay, this will be done at book value. Partner's loan account debit to realization account. And the second entry will be done for paying this amount. And what will be that? The realization account debit to cash or bank account. Now here the payment will be done at agreed value. Means if it is to be made at 21,000, then we'll mention here 21,000. If it is to be made at 18,000, then we'll mention here 18,000. Whatever profit or loss, it itself will be adjusted into the realization account, because for the same we prepare realization account. Fine. To ascertain the profit or loss on the assets and liabilities at the time of dissolution. Fine. So that will have to do in that particular situation. Okay. Alright friends, so it was all about the treatment of loan from a partner. Now let's discuss the treatment of loan to a partner. So treatment of loan to a partner means this is an asset for firm. Okay, so like other asset, this is also supposed to be realized. Fine, but this is not like other asset. Why? Because this is related to a partner, and partner is the second party, not the third party. Okay, so the special treatment will be done here. It will never be transferred to realization account. However, if you do, it will not make any difference, but ethically you are not supposed to do so. So what's going to happen? You are given a choice. Okay, there are two treatments, and either of the treatments can be applied. In few books, first treatment is applied. In some other books, second treatment is applied. So you are having at your discretion. You can choose either of the treatment. I just write down what are the treatments. Fine. First entry, cash or bank account debit to loan to concerned partner. Means we consider it the partner has repaid the loan which was given to him by a firm, because at the time of dissolution we are lacking of the fund, like we are realizing all the asset, then partner himself will pay. He is supposed to repay it. Okay, another choice we have, because I have put the or. Okay, either you can pass this entry or you can pass this entry. If the partner is not in the position to repay, then what we are going to do? We are going to transfer his loan to his capital account. Okay, because capital is the liability on firm and this is the asset. Okay, and in the case of firm, what is to be done? All the assets are used to pay off the liabilities. So similar treatment will be done here. This asset is being used to pay off this liability. Okay, so in that case it can be done, right? Now it's up to you. You can choose any treatment. Both the treatments are correct. Okay, any of the treatments can be done, either this or that. In few books this is done, in few books this is done, so you have a choice. Okay, in case of loan to a partner, means this is an asset for firm. Understood the point? Okay, now you must have understood both types of loan. One was a liability for firm and another was an asset for firm. Now we need to attempt some numerical problems based on these. Okay, only then we can understand them in the most effective manner. So without wasting much time, let's start. Okay, we are going to attempt a few